the session. Topic is evolution and development of cooperatives, and this session is the part of the course cooperatives and farmers organization. In this course, basically, we are going to discuss about how cooperative evolved over the period of time, what are the development took place in the cooperative development, who are the organization who have contributed in the cooperative development. And you all are aware that cooperative is a basic concept and is a human concept that has been practiced throughout the history. Whenever we see the history of our human culture, civil culture, we will find there is a kind of cooperation found in the people who are living in the society, and they help each other in their activity, in their any type of work, and they enjoy the togetherness when the people work in a society, in a group. And informal type of cooperatives are as old as the human history. They are the very old organization, informal type of organization we have seen in our past history. But the cooperative movement, what we see today, it is basically started in the nursery of the modern civilization. Nursery of modern civilization basically started in the European country, where industrial revolution started. The economy, the money were concentrated in the hand of few peoples who were controlling all the resources, and the our people, poor people who were left without any means of living. And actually, to help these poor people, the concept of cooperative were started. And in India, when we talk about in India, the cooperative movement were started with the establishment of Nidhis. Actually, it is a kind of mutual loan association. This concept was started basically in the Madras provinces of India in the second half century of the 19th century, basically. And in this mutual loan association, borrower and the farmer were the member. And this model of Nidhi, basically, it was like F.W. Raffenson in the Germany who established the cooperative credit societies. And this Raffenson model of Germany of the cooperative society, the borrower farmers were the member of that credit society. And then we have seen that consumer cooperatives were started by the Rockdale pioneer in the United Kingdom, and he established the cooperatives. He established the store of the consumer items in the last decade of the 19th century. From there, this cooperative movement were given a formal shape in the formal organization of the cooperative organization to help the people. And in India, when we talk about the cooperative, basically Cooperative Society Act was passed in the 1904. The purpose of this cooperative society act was to provide the credit to the agriculture, to the farmers, and this was the formal law passed in India by the British government. Then in the 1912, a cooperative society act was again improvised by involving opening of the other types of cooperatives like the consumer cooperatives or different types of cooperatives. So in 1904, there was a provision of only the credits cooperative society. In 1912, uh, actually provision were made for opening of other type of cooperative societies. And actually in the 1904 and 1912, basically provision was from the central government, the British government. And the in this act again in 1912 it was again changed, modified, and the Cooperative Society Act 1919 were passed. Or in this act, basically provinces, or you can say states, were given power to introduce own cooperatives laws. So here in 1919, the states or provinces were allowed to form their cooperative laws. And again, actually, so far the activity of the cooperative society were only in the they're only in the one states, in the states where the cooperative laws were formed, and they were not allowed to do activity in other provinces or in other states. And this has been modified in 1942, and multi-state cooperative society act was passed. And again, actually in 1942, this multi-state cooperative society was an enabling act. So a comprehensive act were passed in the 1984 after seeing the experience of 42 years in the cooperative societies. And so comprehensive enactment was passed in the 1984 with the name Multi-State Cooperative Society Act. So now we will move to the evolution of the uh, cooperative society in other country. Also, let us move with the experience of China in opening of this starting of the cooperative society in China. So actually, in the after the Republic of China was founded in the China, and this agriculture cooperative society was changed to the people communal, and this system was basically combining the cooperative and government system, and which actually hurt the enthusiasm of the farmers for production and hindered the rural productivity. And actually then in the 1979 rural reforms were carried out in the China, and people communal system was abolished, and all kind of rural cooperative development gradually started in the China, and farmers organizes special cooperatives such as the pig raising cooperative, chicken raising cooperative, plant cooperative, and different types of cooperative were started in the China. And this cooperative actually carry out the activities according to the principle of some mutual benefits, voluntarism. They organized by and this cooperative were organized by the farmers, managed by the farmers, and benefited by the farmers. And this regulation were approved by the concerned authority, and the cooperative how they have been practically become a state agency. Actually, in China, there was a all these regulations were approved by the China government. So there was a lot of involvement of the China government in case of the China cooperative societies. Then let us move to the evolution of cooperative in Indonesia. In Indonesia, the first cooperative bank called as Help and Spar Bank of Saving and Assistance was set up in the year 1895, and the first consumer cooperative was set up by Budi Utomo in 1909. And since 1913, Sarekat Islam, a political organization based on the cooperative idea, created hundreds of consumers cooperatives. And then in the Dutch government in the Indonesia on April 7, 1915, they brought cooperative regulations concerning based on the Netherlands cooperative laws. Actually, they have adopted the Netherlands cooperative laws in the Indonesia on April 7, 1915, and they have bring the regulation related to the Cooperative Society Act for the functioning in the Indonesia. And this was again replaced by the national government, first in the 1967, then again in the 1992, and regulating all types of cooperative in the Indonesia. Then move to the evolution of cooperative in Philippines. The cooperative movement in the Philippines was sponsored by the civic and regional groups. There are many civil groups, regional groups in the Philippines country, and this civil groups or the regional groups, they brought the cooperative movement in the Philippines. And the first cooperative laws were passed in the April 1906, and the Rural Credit Cooperative Association Act passed in the 1915, and the establishment of cooperative picked up particularly during the American occupation of the Philippines, and cooperative marketing law was passed in the December 1927, and cooperative code of Philippines was passed in the 1989. So these are the development took place for the development of the cooperative in the Philippines. Now move to the different development which are taken place in the cooperative development in India. So actually, Nicholson, a British officer in India, he suggested to introduce the Reffinson model of German Agriculture Credit Cooperative Society, which we have earlier told you that this Reffinson model of German Agriculture Cooperative Society is a kind of UI, National Cooperative Union of India. It provide the education and training in the cooperative sector, the cooperative members, and propagate the cooperative ideology and research in the area of the cooperative sectors. And this organization also undertake the international cooperative uh, activities, set up the international cooperative relations, and it also established the link with the international organization. And the major role of this NCI was also to is also to plan, or is also is to provide the information services related to cooperative societies. Then second major development in the cooperative sector was the establishment of the National Cooperative Development and Warehousing Board in 1956, and this board was established on the recommendation of the All India Rural Credit Survey Committee 54 under the aegis of Reserve Bank of India. Actually, Reserve Bank of India, they have recommended actually they have formed a committee to provide the credit to the agricultural sectors or to the rural sectors, and this committee actually recommended for the setting of this National Cooperative Development and Warehousing Board. Then in 1963, National Cooperative Development Corporation was set up under the act, that is the National Cooperative Development Corporation Act 1962, and this corporation basically given the activity of planning and promoting programs for production, processing, marketing, storage, export, and import of agricultural produce, food stuff, and certain other notified commodities in the act. And then this NCDC also undertake the activities related to collection, processing, marketing, storage, and export of minor forest produce on cooperative principles. Then, when we talk about the cooperative development in the world, basically there are two types of cooperative we can see in broad basis. Like there are small community-based cooperatives which are there. There are industrial cooperative establishment is there. So sometimes it is very difficult to distinguish between this industrial cooperative organization and other industrial enterprises. But this industrial cooperatives, they provide the unique services to its member. Like in India, we have the different industrial cooperatives. Like in the fertilizer sector, we have the industrial cooperative. Like in the milk sector, we have the cooperative society. In the sugar sector, we have the cooperative or industrial large scale cooperative society. And this industrial cooperative society, they are competing with the big industries. They are also maintaining their structure of primarily serving to the poor. So this industrial cooperative in India, they are basically they competing with the big industrial organization, and they are also following the principle of serving the poor people in the country. Then in 1984, as I told you, the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act was passed, and after this, having the experience of 42 years of Multi-State Cooperative Society Act of 1942, there was many shortcomings were there, so it has been removed in this 1984 Act. And in actually 1990, expert group was constituted by the government of India to promote the cooperatives in the country, and this expert group recommended to facilitate the building of the integrated cooperative structure, to make the cooperative federations or organizations responsive toward their member, and also recommended to minimize the government interferences and control in the functioning of the cooperatives, and to eliminate the politicization in the cooperative sector. So 3-4 major recommendations were made by this expert group, which was constituted by the government of India in 1919. And the major recommendation was to integrate the different types of cooperative society in their functioning, in their operational area, and and also to make them responsible towards their member. Then the Multi-State Cooperative Society Act was passed in 2002, and actually in 1995 we adopted the WTO principle in trade, and we have moved towards the globalization and liberalization. So there was a tough competition from the multinational companies in the corporate. So this cooperative society were also to be enabled to compete in the open market economy. So, in order to improve the functioning, in order to provide the flexibility, in order to provide the autonomy in the cooperative sector, this Multi-State Cooperative Society Act 2002 was passed by the government of India. And the major purpose was to provide the democratic and autonomous structure to the cooperatives in India. And this act was effected from the August 19, 2002. Then again in 2002, the country brought the government of India brought the national policy on cooperatives. And this policy basically have the aims to uphold the values and principle of cooperation, recognizes its autonomous character. So importance was given the autonomous character of the cooperative societies. And then this national policy on cooperative attach the priority to professionalism, human resource development in the cooperative sector. And uh, uh, they also recommended, this policy also recommended that the cooperative sector should be act as a preferred instrument for execution of the public policy in rural areas and in sectors where they provide the most effective delivery systems. So, and this policy also recommended the country should use the cooperative organization for the execution of the public policy in the country, particularly in the rural area where the area where this uh, cooperative society provide the deliveries of the services in the country. Then the another way of understanding the cooperative development in the country, we started with the a lot of scope, lot of inputs were given for the cooperative development in the country during the 5-year plans. In the first 5-year plan, so which was started in 1951 to ended in the 1956, this plan focused on the adoption of the cooperative methods of organization for not only agriculture development but all sort of the community development. So this plan, the first 5-year plan, also focused on the use of the cooperative organizations for the agricultural development or other community development program. Then in the second 5-year plan, basically a lot of improvement were made in the cooperative sector. This All India Rural Credit Survey Committee report recommended in 1954 that integrated approach to cooperative credit and emphasis should be given for the viable credit cooperative society by enlarging their area of operations and encouraging the rural saving and diversifying their business. So lot of focus was given in this All India Rural Credit Survey Committee report to make the viable credit cooperative society in the country. And in the second 5-year plan, the government of India also provided massive financial, technical, and administrative support to the cooperatives, both directly and indirectly through the state governments. Then in the third 5-year plan, actually, a lot of emphasis were paid to the development of cooperative society for making the cooperative society a viable organizations. And in the third 5-year plan, basically Agriculture Refinance Corporation in 1962 and National Cooperative Development Corporation in 1963 were established to strengthen the cooperative structure. Then in the fourth 5-year plan, which was during 1969 to 1974, the emphasis was given for the reorganization of the cooperatives to make them more viable, and provision were laid down for the contribution of share capital uh, uh, and subsidies through the cooperative societies. And then Mirda Committee in 1965 was set up to provide the guideline to understand the functioning of the cooperative society. And this Mirda Committee suggested the measures to eliminate the non-genuine cooperative society. So this committee recommended that all non-genuine cooperative societies should be eliminated from the country. Then agricultural cooperative and consumer cooperative occupied a central position through the cooperative movement in the fourth 5-year plan. And in the fifth 5-year plan, which was during the 1974 to 1979, this plan paid attention to consolidate and strengthen the cooperatives to make them viable democratic unit. And regional imbalances should be work out and cooperative be oriented toward the underprivileged. So, importance the importance was given to remove the regional imbalances in the functioning of the cooperative societies, and the focus should be there for the underprivileged areas where cooperative are not there. We should have the cooperative societies. Such things were done in the fifth five-year plan. And this plan also focused on the consumer cooperative movement by setting up fair price shops to provide the essential of daily life at affordable prices. So, in this fifth five-year plan, the focus was there to set up the fair price shops in the cooperative societies through the cooperative society, and provide the essential food grains to the people through the fair price shops set up at the set up in the consumer cooperative societies. Then sixth five-year plan, which was during the 1979 to 1985, there was a further attention to the consumer cooperatives by strengthening public distribution system, and focus or importance was given for the development of the dairy and fisheries cooperatives in the country. And in the sixth five-year plan, NABARD was set up, and by passing an act to provide the financial support to the cooperative banks, and Parliament accordingly enacted a multi-state cooperative society Act 1985 during the sixth five-year plan, and this helped in the consolidating the different laws governing the same types of cooperative societies available in the country. And the seventh five-year plan, which was during the 1985 to 90s, the agricultural credit societies, they were given the responsibility to act as a multi-purpose viable unit. So not, but they have to do other activities of which help the farmers member. The plan aimed to implement special programs for underdeveloped states through the cooperatives, and then the strengthening of the public distribution system was given importance to encourage the consumer cooperative movement in the country. Then eighth five-year plan, which was during the 1992 to 97, and this plan provided 20,000 crore rupees for the development of cooperative sector in the country. The plan focused on making the cooperative banking system strong by following the Narsimham Committee reports, and basically this the making a cooperative system a viable or strong system. This was done due to come out of the recessions that was there in the industry at that time. So in order to come out of the recession in the economy, this cooperative bank were given a lot of importance in the eighth five-year plan, and this plan laid the emphasis on the making cooperatives self-managed, self-reliant, and self-regulated by giving them more autonomy and by adopting a democracy in the cooperative sector. Then in the ninth five-year plan, which was during 1997 to 2002, this Multi-State Cooperative Society Act, MSCS, was passed in 2002, and again National Coalition Cooperative was brought in the 2002. And in the 10th five-year plan, which was during 2002 to 2007, a task force constituted, which suggested to bringing the cooperative under the regulatory framework under the RBI, and a special audit should be taken to ascertain the financial assistance which should be provided to the cooperative sector, and NABARD should be the nodal agency for all the programs representing the government of India. So NABARD were made the nodal agency representing the government of India for the development of the cooperative sector. Then in the 11th five-year plan, a high-powered committee was constituted on the cooperative sectors, and this committee recommended the cooperatives should get the freedom to decide their organizational structure, staffing, etc. A lot of involvement was there from the government side, from the political parties. So this committee suggested they should be given freedom to choose their organizational structure, even their staff, and this committee also states about the new financial instruments need to be developed for raising the capital, and 12th five-year plans which were during the 2012 to 2017, or we can say Niti Aayog in the country. And this 12th five-year plan suggested about the renewal of the primary agriculture cooperative society PACS, and this also suggested to have the microcredit through the involvement of these cooperative societies in the country. Now we can sum up this session that the evolution of cooperative societies was started formally in 1904 with the pass of the Cooperative Society Act 1904. Then there are many improvement. There was a change in the cooperatives laws in 1912, in 1919, in 1942, then 1984, then 2002, and the purpose was to improve the functioning of the cooperative society in the countries, and a number of organizations was formed in India like NCEIU, NCDS. Then we also brought the national policy on cooperative societies, and all this development have taken the cooperative societies to a very large business organization which are helping the farmers, the members in various sectors like providing credit by for making their produce marketing by for supplying of the input. So a number of activities were undertaken by the cooperative society, and a number of policies or acts were passed to improve the functioning of the cooperative society in the country. Thank you very much.